This video contains audio content only. There are no visual elements or images accompanying the audio. If you're expecting to see video footage, please note that this is an intentional audio-only presentation. We recommend listening to this content rather than watching the screen. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the audio. Welcome. In this exploration, we journey deep into the heart of the Amazon rainforest to encounter the Mahinaku, an indigenous people whose lives are a vibrant tapestry woven from ancient myths, intricate rituals, and a surprisingly open approach to relationships. We'll delve into their fascinating culture, using easy-to-understand language to unravel the complexities of their beliefs and practices. Prepare to be captivated by the whispers of the anaconda, the mythical creature that embodies both destruction and transformation in Mahinaku cosmology. We'll explore their origin stories, tales of culture heroes and spirits who shaped the rivers, birthed humanity, and wove the intricate fabric of their society. These myths are not just ancient tales. They are living narratives that continue to shape their understanding of the world, their relationships, and their place within the cosmos. We'll uncover the secrets of the men's house, a sacred space forbidden to women, where rituals are performed, stories are shared, and the sacred flutes, the voice of the spirits, are kept safe. We'll examine the dynamics of Mahinaku masculinity, the importance of wrestling matches as a display of strength and prowess, and the underlying anxieties that shape their relationships with women. Prepare to challenge your preconceived notions about love, marriage, and family as we explore the Mahinaku's unique approach to extramarital relations. We'll delve into the complexities of their kinship system, the role of women in controlling access and setting the terms of engagement, and the practice of partible paternity, where multiple men can contribute to the creation of a child. We'll see how these practices, while seemingly at odds with Western notions of fidelity and monogamy, are deeply intertwined with their beliefs about social harmony and the well-being of the collective. We'll also witness the Mahinaku's resilience in the face of adversity, exploring their history of displacement and their struggle to maintain their cultural identity in a rapidly changing world. We'll learn about the invasion of the Ikpeng, a neighboring tribe whose aggression forced the Mahinaku to abandon their ancestral lands and rebuild their lives in a new territory. We'll see how they adapted to their new environment, maintained their traditions, and emerged from this traumatic experience with their spirit unbroken. Finally, we'll examine the impact of the modern world on the Mahinaku, the introduction of new technologies, the challenges of preserving their language and traditions, and their efforts to navigate the complexities of intercultural contact. We'll see how they are actively working to maintain their cultural heritage, assuming leadership roles within the Xingu National Park and advocating for greater control over their land and resources. By the end of this exploration, you'll have a deeper understanding of the Mahinaku people, their rich cultural traditions, and their ongoing struggle to thrive in a world that is constantly changing around them. You'll gain insights into the diversity of human experience, the power of myth and ritual, and the remarkable adaptability of human cultures. Join us on this journey into the heart of the Amazon, where the whispers of the anaconda mingle with the rhythms of daily life, and the ancient traditions of the Mahinaku continue to resonate in a modern world. Chapter 1. Whispers of the Anaconda. Origins and Myths of the Mahinaku. The Mahinaku, dwellers of the upper Xingu region of the Brazilian Amazon, don't recount their history in terms of dates and timelines. Instead, they speak of Ekumayatipa, the mythical time when culture heroes and spirits breathed life into the world. These powerful beings sculpted the riverbeds of the Xingu Basin, birthed humanity, and wove the intricate tapestry of Mahinaku society. Their myths, passed down through generations, are not mere stories. They are living narratives that shape their understanding of the world, their relationships, and their place within the cosmos. Central to Mahinaku mythology is the anaconda, a creature revered and feared, embodying both destruction and transformation. One story paints a vivid picture of this duality. A Mahinaku man, returning unexpectedly to his garden plot, discovers his wife entwined with a younger lover. The raw agony of betrayal consumes him. Silently, he retreats, his heart heavy with grief and a burning desire for revenge. He decides to go fishing, and as luck would have it, he catches a matrinksa. Inside this silvery fish, he places a snake egg found along the riverbank, a potent symbol of transformation. He offers the fish to his wife, urging her to take it to her lover as a midday meal. He then follows her, unseen, back to the garden. As the young man consumes the fish, the egg within begins its work, a metamorphosis both terrifying and inevitable. The boy's legs lengthen, his skin shifts and ripples, taking on the familiar markings of the anaconda. His tears, shed in the throes of this agonizing transformation, become the distinctive patterns on the serpent's skin, a permanent reminder of his human form. The husband watches, a silent witness to the transformation he has wrought. He then approaches the newly formed anaconda, dictating its destiny, never to harm humans, to reside in the water, and to become a source of healing and power for the Mahinaku. The anaconda's fat, rendered into lard, becomes a powerful medicine, believed to imbue warriors with unparalleled courage in times of conflict, whether against neighboring tribes like the Ikpeng, who once drove them from their ancestral lands, or in the ritualized wrestling matches that define Mahinaku masculinity. This myth resonates deeply within Mahinaku culture, a stark reminder of the destructive power of jealousy and betrayal, but also a testament to the transformative potential of grief and the interconnectedness of life and death. Ekyamayatepa holds other tales as well, stories that explain the origins of the world and the Mahinaku place within it. One such story tells of two sisters bathing in the Tuachuari River. They catch sight of a shimmering form beneath the water's surface, and as they watch, a huge black caiman emerges. To their astonishment, the caiman's skin parts, and a man steps forth, his body adorned with intricate caiman-shaped markings. Drawn to his otherworldly beauty, they call to him, "Yakashukuma. Come and eat us." He swims towards them, his movements swift and graceful, and makes love to both sisters. Afterwards, he returns to his caiman skin, slips it on like a garment, and disappears beneath the water. This encounter becomes a daily ritual, a secret shared between the sisters. They adorn themselves with their finest uluri belts and yana quimpi beads, eager to meet their mysterious lover. Their newfound happiness, however, doesn't go unnoticed. Their husband, consumed by suspicion, follows them to the river and witnesses the encounter. Enraged, he gathers the men of the village, and they return armed with arrows and batons. They ambush Yakashukuma after he has made love to the sisters, killing him as he lies exhausted on the riverbank. The grieving sisters bury their lover's body, and from that sacred spot, a magnificent tree sprouts, its branches heavy with bright orange fruit, the first acai tree. This fruit, rich in oil and flavor, becomes a cornerstone of Mahinaku life, celebrated in annual festivals, a symbol of love, loss, and the enduring power of transformation. The Mahinaku believe that their current civilization is just one iteration in a long chain of human existence. The sun, Kamu, a formidable deity, has destroyed previous human civilizations, the Naneneu, each time wiping the slate clean. These lost civilizations, though their specifics are lost to time, serve as cautionary tales, reminding the Mahinaku of their own fragility and the impermanence of all things. This cyclical view of history informs their present-day actions, shaping their relationship with the natural world and the spirits that inhabit it. They appease these spirits with offerings and rituals, believing that neglecting them could bring misfortune, illness, or even the wrath of Kamu. The Mahinaku also speak of a time when women held sway, safeguarding the sacred flutes and the rituals that bound their community. These flutes, imbued with spiritual power, were not mere instruments, they were the voice of the spirits, a conduit to the otherworld. A male uprising, however, shifted this balance of power. The men seized the flutes, establishing the men's house, a circular, thatched structure in the center of the village, as their exclusive domain. This space, forbidden to women under threat of gang rape, became a sanctuary for men, a place for wrestling matches, storytelling, and the safekeeping of sacred objects. The men's house stands as a potent symbol of male dominance, reinforcing social hierarchy and shaping gender roles within Mahinaku society. Within this seemingly rigid social structure, however, lies a surprising degree of sexual freedom, particularly for women. Extramarital affairs are not only common but largely accepted within Mahinaku society. It's a seller's market, where women, especially those young and attractive, hold the power, often receiving gifts of fish, beads, or other valuables from their suitors. One man might have 4 or 5 affairs simultaneously, while some women engage in even more. This practice is not seen as a betrayal but as a natural expression of desire, and even children are aware of their parents' multiple partners. This openness about sexuality extends to the belief in partible paternity, the idea that multiple men can contribute to the creation of a child, ensuring its well-being and strength. These practices, though seemingly at odds with the strict gender divisions surrounding the men's house and sacred rituals, reveal a complex and nuanced understanding of relationships and family within Mahinaku society. Their world, woven from myth, ritual, and the ebb and flow of daily life, is a testament to the diversity and adaptability of human culture. Chapter 2. Uyapayuku. A village between two rivers. Uyapayuku, nestled between the Tuachuari and Kurashevo rivers, embodies the Mahinaku's profound connection to their environment. The village layout mirrors their cosmology, the path of the sun reflected in the east-west orientation of the main road. This road, known as the Way of the Sun, begins at the Kurashevo River port and bisects the village, passing directly through the men's house before reaching the bathing area on the Tuachuari, where the sun sets. Houses, large haystack-shaped structures meticulously crafted from timber, poles, and thatch, form a circle around the central plaza, their entrances facing inwards. Each house, up to 30 meters long and 9 meters wide, accommodates an extended family of 10 to 12 people. There are no internal walls, fostering a striking transparency in their daily lives. Privacy is a foreign concept. Every activity, every conversation, is shared within this communal space. This lack of privacy extends beyond the confines of the home. The Mahinaku possess an uncanny ability to track each other, recognizing individual footprints with remarkable accuracy. Ayurua, a Mahinaku chief, once remarked on the old village of Ulutakitsi, where moieties lived on opposite sides of the plaza, separated by a small fence. He noted, "We did not marry a woman on our side. We married on the other side. And when someone of the other side died, we did not cry for them nor did we undo our belts and our body paintings. Only they were in mourning." This attention to detail, this awareness of each other's movements, is woven into the fabric of their social life. Even when out of sight, a villager's whereabouts and activities can be inferred, their footprints a silent narrative etched in the earth. The central plaza, the Wenakutaku, or place often used, is the heart of Uyapayuku. Here, the community gathers for wrestling matches, the Kapitaku, a test of strength and agility, a key element of Mahinaku masculinity. Powerful wrestlers, likened to the anaconda, command respect and admiration, embodying the ideal of male prowess. The plaza also hosts dances, vibrant celebrations of life and tradition, and rituals that connect them to the spirits of the forest and the ancestors of Ekumayatipa. Important decisions are made here, public discussions where every voice can be heard, a testament to their egalitarian social structure. At night, the Yetima or shaman's circle comes alive, the air thick with the scent of tobacco as shamans gather to discuss the day's events and commune with the spirits. The Mahinaku are skilled artisans, their crafts deeply intertwined with their cultural identity. Men craft sturdy baskets from woven palm leaves, essential for carrying manioc and other harvested goods. They fashion arrows with precision, their fletching carefully chosen for balance and accuracy, vital tools for hunting in the dense forest. Wooden benches, carved in the shape of animals and birds, adorn the plaza and the interiors of their homes, blending functionality with artistic expression. Women, meanwhile, weave intricate hammocks from native cotton, providing comfort and respite in the humid Amazonian climate. They also create mats from woven fibers, adding a touch of domesticity to their open-air homes. Subsistence living is the rhythm of Mahinaku life. Women cultivate manioc, the staple crop, carefully tending their garden plots, using digging sticks to plant the cuttings. The process is labor-intensive, from clearing the land with machetes and axes to harvesting the mature roots months later. Men hunt monkeys and birds in the forest, their skills honed over generations. Fishing is a communal activity, a vital source of protein. During the dry season, when the Tuachuari River retreats, leaving fish stranded in isolated pools, the Mahinaku employ a potent fish poison, timbo, derived from a local plant. A successful expedition can yield an astonishing bounty, sometimes up to 45 kilograms of fish, shared generously amongst the community, reinforcing the bonds of kinship and reciprocity. This spirit of sharing extends beyond food. Labor is freely exchanged, neighbors helping neighbors build houses, clear gardens, and harvest crops. Valued possessions, from beads and necklaces to tools and weapons, circulate within the community, strengthening social ties and ensuring that everyone has what they need. The Mahinaku also engage in trade with other tribes within the Xingu National Park, producing salt from water hyacinth, a valuable commodity, and exchanging specialty crafts, such as ceramics and shell belts. They have also adopted innovations from the outside world, like steel tools, fishhooks, and even bicycles, acquired through trade or from the Villas Boas brothers at the nearby post. These new technologies have eased the burden of labor and transformed transportation, but they also present new challenges, forcing the Mahinaku to adapt and innovate while striving to maintain their unique cultural identity. Chapter 3. Secrets of the Men's House. Ritual, Masculinity, and the Exclusion of Women. The men's house, a circular, thatch-roofed structure located in the heart of the village, stands as a potent symbol of Mahinaku masculinity and spiritual life. It's a sanctuary, a space where men forge and reinforce their identity, a world apart from the daily routines of fishing, hunting, and farming. More than just a building, it's a repository of cultural memory, a place where stories are shared, jokes are told, and rituals are performed, connecting the present generation to the ancestors of Ekyamayotipa and the spirits of the forest. Stepping inside the men's house is like entering another realm. The air is thick with the scent of tobacco and urucum, the red pigment used to adorn their bodies. The usual codes of respect and deference that govern interactions in the village are suspended. Here, men interact as equals, regardless of age or social standing. Laughter echoes through the rafters, punctuated by boisterous jokes, often ribald and scatological. One popular target of these jests is Yuma, whose relatively abundant body hair sets him apart from his comrades. Yuma, one of the men might call out, "How is your forest growing?" Another might add, "Any monkeys swinging about in the trees?" The men erupt in laughter, Yuma included, the shared humor reinforcing their bonds. But the men's house is not just a place for amusement. It serves as a vital hub for information exchange and the organization of collective activities. A man returning from a successful fishing trip shares his knowledge, pointing out promising spots along the Tuachuari River. Here, too, they plan and coordinate important tasks, from building new houses to clearing garden plots and harvesting crops. The men's house is where decisions are made, disputes are settled, and plans are laid for the future of the community. Hanging from the rafters are the sacred flutes, intricately carved from dark wood, their smooth surfaces polished by years of handling. These flutes are not mere instruments, they are the voice of Kauka, the spirit who resides within the men's house, the chief of the spirits. Kauka is a powerful and capricious being, capable of stealing a person's soul, causing illness and misfortune. To appease him, the men play the flutes several times a week, their deep, resonant tones filling the village with haunting melodies. The songs, passed down through generations, have evocative names: Demon Woman, Sadness, Evening Song. Each song carries its own significance, a story woven into the fabric of Mahinaku mythology. Women are strictly forbidden from seeing the flutes. The consequences for violating this taboo are severe, etched in the collective memory of the community. Decades ago, a woman accidentally glimpsed the flutes during a ceremony on the plaza. That night, she was taken into the forest and gang raped. While such an act hasn't been repeated in recent times, the memory remains vivid, a potent reminder of the men's power and the women's vulnerability. The women, instilled with fear of Kauka and the men's wrath, avoid the men's house, their ears attuned to the distant drone of the flutes, a sound that reinforces their exclusion from this central aspect of Mahinaku's spiritual life. The men's house is also a training ground for young men, preparing them for the challenges of adulthood. Wrestling matches, held regularly in the plaza, are not just a form of entertainment, they are a crucial test of strength and agility. A powerful wrestler, his body sleek and muscular, is admired and desired. He is likened to the anaconda, quick and strong, capable of subduing his opponents with ease. Wrestling prowess is not just a physical attribute, it's a symbol of masculinity, linked to attractiveness, desirability as a partner, and even political influence. The champion wrestler embodies the Ashepai ideal, a life lived with anxious joy, balancing integrity with the constant risk inherent in daring to push boundaries. This dominance, however, is built upon a foundation of unease. The Mahinaku myths tell of a time when women held the power, controlling the sacred flutes and the rituals that connected them to the spirits. The men, living like wild animals in a separate village, eventually rebelled, seizing the flutes and establishing their own domain, the men's house. This mutiny, as some anthropologists have described it, forever changed the balance of power within Mahinaku society. The men's house, built upon this act of usurpation, serves as a constant reminder of their precarious hold on power and their underlying fear of female resurgence. This fear coexists with a surprisingly open attitude towards sexuality, especially outside the confines of marriage. Extramarital affairs are commonplace, a complex web of desire and intrigue that permeates Mahinaku social life. It is a world where women hold the upper hand, their favor sought after and rewarded with gifts. Men, driven by a higher level of sexual interest, constantly compete for their attention. While the average man might engage in 4 or 5 affairs, the range for women is much wider, some having none, others as many as 14. This disparity reflects the woman's agency in choosing her partners. Men employ various tactics to gain her favor, from offering gifts of fish or beads to resorting to verbal coercion. However, the frequency of sexual encounters is limited by several factors: social taboos surrounding menstruation and childbirth, the ever-present lack of privacy, and the constant competition for willing partners. This intricate dance of desire, while seemingly at odds with the strict gender divisions surrounding the men's house and sacred rituals, reveals a nuanced understanding of relationships within Mahinaku society. Marriage, while providing a foundation for family and social stability, does not preclude the pursuit of other, more fleeting connections. This acceptance of extramarital affairs, coupled with the belief in partible paternity, points to a flexible and pragmatic approach to family, one that prioritizes social harmony and the well-being of the collective over rigid notions of fidelity and possessiveness. The men's house, therefore, is not just a symbol of male dominance. It's a microcosm of Mahinaku society, a space where the tensions and contradictions of their cultural beliefs play out, a testament to the enduring power of myth, ritual, and the ever-shifting dynamics of human relationships. Chapter 4. The Dance of Desire, Love, Marriage, and the Intrigue of Infidelity. Love and marriage amongst the Mahinaku are a delicate interplay of tradition, practicality, and a surprisingly open approach to desire. Courtship, though often initiated by parents who arrange marriages between young women around 14 and older men around 18, is not devoid of romance. Young people meet during village gatherings, dances, and festivals, their eyes meeting across the bustling plaza, a spark igniting amidst the rhythmic pulse of drums and the chanting of elders. There are no specific courtship songs or dances, but the shared experience of communal life, the laughter, the playful banter, the thrill of a wrestling match, all contribute to the subtle dance of attraction. A young man might offer a prized fish he's caught to the woman who has captured his attention, a gesture both practical and symbolic, a taste of the provision he will offer as a husband. A woman might weave a particularly beautiful hammock, its intricate patterns a testament to her skill and a subtle invitation for a closer connection. The marriage ceremony itself is a simple affair, yet rich in symbolism. The groom's hammock, the very cradle of his personal space, is carried across the village plaza to his bride's house. This act, witnessed by the entire community, signifies his transition from one family to another, a public declaration of their union. As the hammock is carried, the men of the village gather in front of the men's house and mimic the cries of a newborn baby, a chorus of wah, 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 echoing through the air. This is not mere mockery, it is a powerful invocation of fertility, a wish for the couple to be blessed with many children, ensuring the continuation of their lineage and the strength of the community. After the marriage, the couple resides in the bride's family home. The groom enters a period of service, demonstrating his commitment to his new family. He hunts and fishes, providing much-needed protein. He clears and cultivates garden plots, ensuring a steady supply of manioc and other staples. He crafts a canoe, a vital tool for navigating the rivers and accessing distant resources. This period of service strengthens the bonds between the groom and his in-laws, demonstrating his worthiness as a provider and a member of their family. After the birth of several children, the couple may choose to move to the groom's family home, though the arrangements remain flexible, adapting to the needs and desires of both families. Children are the heart of Mahinaku society, treasured and cherished. A woman who does not conceive faces social stigma, her inability to bear children seen as a source of shame. Mothers and infants share an incredibly close bond, sleeping together in a hammock, their bodies intertwined until the birth of another child, typically around 2.5 years later. Weaning is a gradual process, gentle and patient, reflecting the deep connection between mother and child. Older siblings, particularly sisters, play a crucial role in childcare, carrying their younger siblings, teaching them essential skills, and nurturing their development. Children learn through play, mimicking adult activities, from hunting and fishing to crafting and household chores. They even act out the complexities of adult relationships, including extramarital affairs, their innocent games reflecting the openness with which sexuality is treated within Mahinaku culture. Adolescence is marked by a period of seclusion, a time of learning and preparation for the responsibilities of adulthood. Young people learn specialized crafts, observe food taboos, and develop the skills necessary to contribute to the community. The Mahinaku's approach to infidelity is perhaps the most striking aspect of their relationship dynamics. Extramarital affairs are not only common, they are an integral part of their social fabric. It's a world where desire is celebrated, not condemned, where women hold the power and men compete for their attention. These liaisons are often initiated discreetly, a whispered conversation in the shadows of the men's house, a furtive glance across the plaza, a gift of fish or beads offered as a token of affection. There are unspoken rules, of course. Incest is strictly forbidden, and while jealousy can arise, it's often channeled into socially acceptable outlets, such as wrestling matches. The frequency of these affairs varies. A man might have several ongoing liaisons, while some women, particularly those considered attractive and desirable, might have even more. The Mahinaku do not view infidelity as a betrayal of the marital bond. It is seen as a natural expression of human desire, a way to strengthen social ties, and even a means of ensuring a child's well-being through the practice of partable paternity. Their stories and songs often explore the complexities of these relationships, the joys and sorrows, the passions and jealousies, the ever-present dance of desire that animates their lives. Chapter 5. Extramarital Sexual Relations. The Mahinaku's acceptance of extramarital sexual relations goes beyond mere tolerance. It is a cornerstone of their social structure, deeply intertwined with their beliefs about kinship, family, and the very nature of desire. It's a world where women hold a remarkable degree of sexual agency, controlling access and setting the terms of engagement. Men, driven by a potent combination of biological and social factors, constantly compete for their attention, employing various tactics to gain their favor. This dynamic creates what anthropologists have termed a seller's market, where women, particularly those young, healthy, and attractive, wield considerable power in the realm of sexual relations. They are not passive recipients of male advances. They are active participants, choosing their partners and often receiving gifts in exchange for their favor. These gifts can range from practical items like fish or soap, essential for daily life, to more symbolic tokens like beads and necklaces, signifying admiration and desire. A successful fisherman, returning to the village with a bountiful catch, might discreetly offer the finest fish to his lover, a gesture that acknowledges her desirability and reinforces the social bonds between them. Men, on the other hand, face a constant challenge in securing sexual partners. While they enjoy a degree of sexual freedom, they also experience anxieties rooted in their mythology. The stories of women once holding power, controlling the sacred flutes and the rituals that connected them to the spirits, serve as a potent reminder of their precarious hold on dominance. This underlying fear of female power, combined with the constant competition for sexual partners, creates a unique tension within Mahinaku's social dynamics. Men employ a range of strategies to initiate sexual encounters, from importuning and offering gifts to resorting to verbal coercion. Their lovemaking, often lacking in foreplay and primarily focused on male pleasure, reflects this imbalance of power. The frequency of sexual contact within these extramarital liaisons is influenced by a complex interplay of factors. Social taboos restrict sex at certain times, such as during menstruation, considered a dangerous and polluting force, and for extended periods after childbirth. The lack of privacy within their communal living arrangements also presents a significant obstacle. Trysts must be carefully planned and executed, often taking place in the secluded corners of the forest or during the quiet hours when most villagers are asleep. Furthermore, competition from jealous husbands and more attractive rivals adds another layer of complexity to the pursuit of extramarital affairs. A man might carefully cultivate a relationship with a woman, offering gifts and whispered promises, only to be thwarted by a more desirable suitor or a vigilant husband. The Mahinaku's open attitude towards extramarital relations challenges conventional notions of jealousy and possessiveness. While conflicts can and do arise, they are often resolved through ritualized channels, such as wrestling matches. These matches, held regularly in the village plaza, serve as a socially acceptable outlet for male aggression, allowing men to compete for status and dominance without resorting to violence. The champion wrestler, admired for his strength and agility, often enjoys greater access to sexual partners, further reinforcing the link between physical prowess and desirability. The Mahinaku understanding of extramarital relations is not solely about sexual gratification. These practices are deeply connected to their beliefs about kinship, family, and the overall well-being of the community. The practice of partible paternity, where multiple men can contribute to the creation of a child, ensures that a child has multiple providers and protectors, strengthening the social fabric of the community. Extramarital affairs can also serve as a form of social insurance, creating alliances and support networks that extend beyond the immediate family. A woman with multiple lovers might receive assistance with childcare, gardening, or other essential tasks, ensuring her and her children's survival in times of need. Their stories and songs, passed down through generations, often depict the complexities of these relationships, exploring themes of jealousy, passion, desire, and the ever-present tension between individual agency and social harmony. One story tells of a man who discovers his wife's infidelity and, consumed by jealousy, transforms her lover into an anaconda. Another tells of two sisters who share a secret lover, a man who emerges from the skin of a caiman, only to be killed by their jealous husband. These narratives, while entertaining, also serve as cautionary tales, reminding the Mahinaku of the potential consequences of unchecked desire and the importance of maintaining social equilibrium. The Mahinaku's approach to extramarital relations, while challenging Western notions of fidelity and monogamy, offers a unique perspective on the complexities of human relationships. It is a system that prioritizes social harmony and the well-being of the collective, where women hold a remarkable degree of power, and men navigate a complex landscape of desire, competition, and social obligation. This intricate dance of desire, woven into the fabric of their daily lives, provides a fascinating glimpse into the diversity of human experience and the remarkable adaptability of human cultures. Chapter 6. Shadows of the Ikpeng: Invasion, Displacement, and Resilience. The mid-1950s brought a chilling wind to the Upper Xingu, a wind that carried the scent of fear and the whispers of violence. The Ikpeng, a Carib-speaking tribe from outside the traditionally peaceful Xingu River headwaters, began to encroach upon Mahinaku territory. At first, these intrusions were subtle, fleeting glimpses of warriors in the forest, whispers carried on the wind, a growing sense of unease among the Mahinaku. But the whispers soon turned to shouts, the glimpses to open confrontations. The Ikpeng, known for their aggression and their prowess in warfare, were a formidable foe, a stark contrast to the peaceful coexistence that had long characterized the Xingu tribes. The tension escalated into outright violence. The Ikpeng launched a series of attacks, their arrows raining down upon the Mahinaku villages. The thatched roofs of their homes offered little protection against the onslaught. The villagers, accustomed to intertribal harmony and ritualized wrestling matches, found themselves thrust into a brutal struggle for survival. Amidst the chaos and terror, a tragedy struck that would forever scar the Mahinaku collective memory. Their chief, the leader who had guided them, the symbol of their unity, was pierced by an Ikpeng arrow. His death was not just a loss of a leader, it was a blow to the very heart of the Mahinaku community, a shattering of their sense of security and identity. The Villas Boas brothers, Orlando and Claudio, Brazilian sertanistas who had dedicated their lives to protecting the indigenous tribes of the Xingu, witnessed the escalating violence and recognized the imminent danger facing the Mahinaku. They urged the villagers to abandon their ancestral lands, to seek refuge closer to the relative safety of the Leonardo Villas Boas Post, a government outpost established to provide medical care and support to the Xingu tribes. The decision to leave was agonizing. Their villages, nestled along the Tuachuari River, were not just clusters of houses, they were their connection to the past, the land of their ancestors, the sacred ground where their myths and rituals unfolded. But the threat of further Ikpeng attacks, the memory of their fallen chief, and the desperate need to protect their families forced their hand. They packed what they could carry, essential tools, precious crafts, the hammocks that cradled their children, and set off on a journey into an uncertain future. The Mahinaku were not alone in their displacement. The Yawalapiti, another Arawakan-speaking tribe, had also been targeted by the Ikpeng and had sought refuge near the post. In an act of remarkable generosity, the Yawalapiti offered the Mahinaku one of their houses at a place called Halapapu, the place of the Sova ants. This small act of kindness, a beacon of hope in a time of despair, marked the beginning of a new chapter in Mahinaku history. It was a testament to the enduring spirit of cooperation and reciprocity that characterized the Xingu tribes, a refusal to let violence and fear extinguish the flame of human connection. The Aweti, another neighboring tribe, also extended a hand of friendship. They agreed to share territory with the Mahinaku, establishing a boundary along a trail that connected their village to the new Mahinaku settlement. This agreement, symbolized by clusters of banana trees planted along the trail, was not just a practical arrangement, it was a symbolic gesture of solidarity, a recognition of their shared humanity in the face of adversity. The Mahinaku, displaced and grieving, found solace and support in the generosity of their neighbors, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure. Life in Halapapu was a stark contrast to their former villages. The land was unfamiliar, the forest different. The Tuachuari River, once their lifeline, was now a more distant presence. The echoes of the Ikpeng attacks still reverberated in their memories, casting a long shadow over their daily lives. They mourned their fallen chief, their rituals taking on a new poignancy, their songs infused with a deep sense of loss. But the Mahinaku were not broken. They drew strength from their traditions, their myths, and the resilience of their ancestors. They began to rebuild, their hands, skilled in crafting baskets and arrows, now building new homes, clearing new garden plots, adapting to their new environment. Over the next decade, the Mahinaku established a series of new villages near Halapapu, each one a step towards reclaiming their sense of place and identity. They continued to cultivate manioc, their staple crop, and to fish in the nearby rivers, adapting their techniques to the new terrain. They maintained their traditions, the vibrant dances and rituals that connected them to the spirits of the forest and the ancestors of Ekumayatipa. They continued to tell their stories, their voices carrying the echoes of their past, the resilience of their present, and their hopes for the future. In the 1960s, another wave of hardship struck. An outbreak of flu and measles swept through the Xingu, claiming the lives of 15 Mahinaku. This devastating loss forced them to relocate once again, establishing yet another village nearby. This constant cycle of displacement and rebuilding took a toll, testing their resilience and their faith in the future. Yet, they persevered, their spirit unbroken. The proximity of the Leonardo Villas Boas Post played a crucial role in their decision to remain in this new territory. Access to medical care, vaccinations, and other essential services provided a sense of security, a buffer against the unpredictable forces of nature and the lingering threat of disease. The post also offered a connection to the outside world, a source of new tools and technologies that both eased the burden of daily life and presented new challenges to their traditional ways. By the 1980s, the threat of Ikpeng attacks had receded. The Mahinaku could have returned to their ancestral lands, to the familiar embrace of the Tuachuari River. But the memory of the violence, the loss of their chief, and the comfort of readily available medical care kept them tethered to their new home. In 1981, they built yet another village, not far from their previous settlement, a testament to their adaptability and their determination to thrive in this new landscape. The Ikpeng invasion, a traumatic event that shattered their sense of security and forced them from their ancestral lands, became a defining moment in Mahinaku history. It tested their resilience, their adaptability, and the strength of their community. But it did not break them. They rebuilt, they adapted, and they endured. The shadows of the Ikpeng still linger, a reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present threat of violence. But the Mahinaku have emerged from those shadows, their spirit unbroken, their culture vibrant, their voices carrying the echoes of a people determined to thrive, to preserve their identity, and to continue the dance of life in the heart of the Amazon. The Mahinaku people of the Amazon rainforest offer a fascinating lens through which to examine the diversity of human cultures. Their rich mythology, centered on the anaconda and other powerful figures, shapes their understanding of the world and their place within it. These myths are not static relics of the past but living narratives that continue to inform their daily lives, their relationships, and their responses to a changing world. Their unique social structure, characterized by a seemingly paradoxical blend of rigid gender divisions and a remarkably open approach to extramarital relations, challenges Western assumptions about family and sexuality. The men's house, a sacred space forbidden to women, serves as a focal point for male identity and ritual, while the acceptance of extramarital affairs and the practice of partible paternity highlight the importance of social harmony and collective well-being. The Mahinaku's history is one of resilience in the face of adversity. Forced from their ancestral lands by the violent encroachment of the Ikpeng, they adapted to a new environment, maintaining their cultural traditions while embracing innovations from the outside world. Their story underscores the remarkable adaptability of human cultures and the enduring power of community in the face of displacement and trauma. Their navigation of the modern world, with its influx of new technologies and cultural influences, presents ongoing challenges, yet they actively work to preserve their language and traditions, advocating for greater control over their land and resources. These insights into Mahinaku culture offer broader implications for understanding the human experience. They challenge us to question our own cultural assumptions and to appreciate the diverse ways in which societies organize themselves, navigate relationships, and make sense of the world. The Mahinaku's story highlights the importance of cultural preservation, not as a static preservation of the past, but as a dynamic process of adaptation and resilience in a constantly changing world. Their experiences also underscore the interconnectedness of culture, environment, and social dynamics, demonstrating how a people's beliefs and practices are shaped by their surroundings and their history. Where does this exploration of human culture lead us? It opens doors to a deeper appreciation of our shared humanity and the remarkable tapestry of human experience. It encourages us to question our own preconceived notions and to embrace the richness and complexity of cultures different from our own. The Mahinaku story, a testament to the power of myth, ritual, and resilience, invites us to consider the ongoing dialogue between tradition and change, and the challenges faced by indigenous communities in a rapidly globalizing world. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What aspects of Mahinaku culture resonated most with you? What questions do you have about their beliefs and practices? Share your comments below and join the conversation. If you found this exploration insightful, please like and subscribe for more journeys into the heart of human cultures. And don't hesitate to suggest topics for future videos. We're always eager to explore new horizons. Remember, the journey of understanding is a continuous one, fueled by curiosity and a desire to learn. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep discovering the wonders of our shared human story.